Welcome to the Get Your Mind Right podcast. Every day, I want to be the first voice inside of your head, the first voice that motivates you to move. I put out these powerful segments every single day because I know the truth. The truth is that when you change your mind, you change your life. So let me, Ryan Stewman, the hardcore closer, get your mind right. It's one thing I know about life. Sometimes you got to push yourself to the very brink of losing it all before you can have it all. You see, in my life, I've lost it all several times. I thought I found the love of my life. I settled down and I got married. She divorced me. I wound up going down the wrong path. I ended up going to prison. I lost it all. I went down to rock bottom with a jackhammer to see how deep I could dig the hole. Now I had to get to virtually to the point of losing almost everything, including my life, before I felt the pain of losing so bad that I decided I was never going to lose again. I felt the pain of loss worse in my life than you can imagine. I lost a father at an early age. I lost 3 different wives that I thought I loved. I lost my freedom twice. I've lost business partners. I've even lost my life. I died at age 19. I lost my home before. I lost businesses before. I felt the pain of loss so fucking bad that I know I don't want to lose again. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win. Like I said in previous podcasts, even if it includes bending the rules. You see, because sometimes the force of average has to have you cornered up in the side of the cage, beating the living shit out of you to where you decide that you don't want to get hit again. I know that as a young man growing up on a farm, sometimes animals would get out of line. And, you know, we didn't have PETA and all that shit because we were running a legit business, not a bunch of snowflake fairyland bullshit. And sometimes animals would get out of line and you got to whoop them. You got to show them who's boss. You got to show them why you're the apex predator dominated fucking force on this planet. Dogs would eat our chickens. They would bite our goats and horses. And I know when you get to whipping a dog at some point decides that it's had enough, it'll fight back. And maybe you're a dog lover and you're like, man, what a fucking asshole. Look, there was different times in the 80s. It's different time when you grew up on a farm versus you got a goddamn pet dog in your fucking house. It's different. These were working dogs. And if your working dogs eat your chickens and you don't eat, what the fuck you going to do? You're going to be mad at the dog because you're hungry. But I know there comes a certain point when you're whipping a dog to where he decides he don't want to get whipped anymore and he decides to bite back. Life does that to you and me. And if you're not successful yet, if you're not having everything you want, then you just haven't been whipped hard enough yet to where you want to fight back, to where you want to bite back. I see people talking about they've lost it all from drinking and drugs and cheating on their significant others and everything else. They just haven't lost it enough to where they want to bite back. They keep getting whipped by drinking and drugs and getting and lost by their wife. They keep losing because they haven't lost hard enough yet. You see, I've lost hard enough to where I decided that there is nothing in the world worth losing to me. I'm a winner. I decided to win. I manifested this shit in my head long time before it existed in reality. Because I've already been beat. I've decided to, and I've been biting back against the force of average since then. 2010, I said there was no turning back. 2016, I became a millionaire. 2017, I became a multimillionaire. 2018, we start doing millions a month. And I realized that I've been whipped enough to where when I started biting back, guess what happened? The whip got removed from my life. The losses stopped fucking piling up on me. The pain went away. Not the memory of the pain, because I remember what it's like to lose. But the pain itself went away. And I tell you, the triumphant feeling of walking into a room and celebrating your accomplishments, walking into the office and seeing the fruits of your labor, walking into a beautiful home and seeing the family that you've created and designed, opening the garage down the street from your home and seeing the McLarens and the exotic car collection that you own, choosing a different watch every day, wearing what the fuck you want to wear. That feeling of success is no different than when a boxer or an MMA champion walks into the ring presenting their belt. They had to lose a few times to get there, with the exception of Floyd Mayweather. And they know that that fear and that pain from loss is nothing compared to the triumphant feeling of winning. And you have to make a decision in your life. Are you ready to fight back and bite back like that dog? Or are you going to keep letting the force of average and the struggle whip up on you? At some point, you're going to have to make a decision to either be submissive and obedient, or you're going to have to make the decision to fight back and bite back and not take that whip anymore. I can tell you, when you decide not to take the whip anymore, you're making a decision for yourself. You're furthering your own agenda. When you put yourself first, when you put your own mask on first, like we talked about in a previous episode, that's when you propel in life. That's when you can help others. That's when you can lift up those around you. But you got to take care of yourself first. And you got to get tired of losing. And you got to want to win. If you know somebody out there who's losing, who's getting their ass whipped by the force of average right now, who's in the struggle big as a motherfucker, share this with them. Inspire them to bite back and fight back. Give them an email, a direct message, share it on social media, something for them. Help a brother out. Help a sister out. Someone that's struggling, they need this. They need to hear it. It's time they win. The world don't want you to win, but I do. The world will do anything to take wins away from you, but I want to give it to you. That's why I'm here. And lastly, as always, if you're trying to surround yourself with winners, I want to share a video with you that'll inspire you, motivate you, and give you some ideas and some people that you can be around that'll help change your life. Just go to BFA, that's short for Break Free Academy, BFAentourage.com. And we'll catch you on the next episode.